Hi, my name is Sam Rossetti, and I'm going to be teaching middle school students how to perform the float serve. So the float serve is the very first skill that's used in volleyball to get the ball over the net and initiate it into play. The float serve is a type of serve that creates no spin on the ball so that the ball moves in a straight angle without any spin and might move back and forth like this. The two purposes of learning this skill are that it's the very first skill in volleyball. It's used to initiate the play, so without it, we don't have a play. And it's also the only thing in volleyball that you have full control over. It's the only skill that you are completely controlling, and it's the easiest way to score points. I'm going to be demonstrating the float serve, so it starts behind the service line, and the goal is to get the ball over the net and into the other side of the court, and we don't want any spin on the ball while it's moving in the air. So it looks like this. The two most common errors would be the toss and the contact. So when the toss is off, it's either too far in front of you or too far behind you, and this can cause two different errors. If the toss is too far in front of you, you're going to be leaning your body weight forward and possibly having the ball go directly into the net. And if the toss is too far behind you, you're going to be reaching back and have the ball be too much of a rainbow, which is going to be too easy for the defense to pick up. If the toss is too far in front of you, it'll look something like this, having the ball go into the net. If the ball is too far behind you, it's going to look a bit like this. And that is way too easy of a serve for the other team to pick up. When the contact is bad, that means you're hitting it not in the center of your palm. So the sweet spot of the serve is to hit it directly in the middle of your palm. If you're not hitting the sweet spot, it could be the fingertips or the side of your hand, which could cause inconsistency of the ball. Often when you're not contacting the ball correctly, if you're hitting it with your fingertips, it can look like this. As you see, the ball had a lot of spin and didn't go over the net, so that's because I did not hit it in my sweet spot to have it go in the trajectory that I want it to. If you're hitting the ball on the side of your hand, this can cause the ball to go out of bounds or just be inconsistent in the court and not have a good float to it. So it could look something like this. The ball went way too far out of bounds, and therefore it is the other team's point. To ensure that you're contacting the ball correctly, you should use the verbal cue of elbow, wrist, hand. So first your elbow is going to come through, then your wrist, and then your hand, which you're going to use to high five the ball. So it's going to look like this, so that the ball is contacted in a straight line. Another cue that you can use is facing your hips towards the opposite basketball hoop. That's going to ensure that your body is in a straight line to get the ball in the middle of the court. So your hips are going to be facing this basketball hoop, and you're also going to use the elbow, wrist, hand verbal cue. If you're a beginner, it's oftentimes hard to get the ball over the net from serving from the service line, so you can take a few steps up, which would be a good modification if you're just starting out serving. So take about 3/4 of the way up and try serving here, and if you can't make it there, then you can always start at the 10-foot line. If you're a more expert server and you have mastered the service behind the line, you can also try a jump serve. So that's going to be a left, right, left rhythm with a jump, and then you're going to do your regular float serve. If you're a left-handed server, it would be the rhythm of right, right, and then the same thing, jumping and regular serving. So that's going to look like this. The first drill that we're going to do to work on the float serve is going to be serving against the wall. This is really going to work on contact. So what you're going to do is you're going to stand facing the wall with your non-dominant foot in front. You're going to be about an arm's length away. You're going to reach out with your non-dominant arm, have the ball sit in that arm. You're going to raise your elbow up to about your ear. And what you're going to do is you're going to toss like you're in a serve and serve at the ball, but catch it in between the wall and your hand. So it's going to look like this. So I'm going to have my middle school student come and do that after I demonstrated it to her. We're going to do 10 repetitions of this. The next drill that you can do, you need a partner. So you're going to start at the 10-foot line. This is working on the direction of the ball as well as the contact. You'll have your partner at the other side of the 10-foot line. I'm going to be on this side. We're just going to serve back and forth to each other, each of us doing 10 reps. Once we get 10 successful reps to our partner, we'll take one big step back, do the same thing until we get back to the service line. So I'm going to demonstrate it. This is what it will look like. Once we get 10 back and forth, we'll take one big step back, and go again. We're going to go back and forth, 10 serves at each spot, until we get back to the service line, where we will also complete 10 accurate serves to our partner. The final drill that we'll be doing is going to be called Around the World. So this is more of a game than anything. So you're going to have one partner stand at the opposite end of the court in any spot on that side of the court, and the other partner is going to be here behind the service line, ready to serve to their partner. What you're going to do is you're going to serve directly to your partner, trying to get it directly at them so they don't have to take a step to their left, right, back, or front. And you want them to move anywhere else in the court after you've served to them. So it'll look a little bit like this. After completing these 3 drills, you are going to be very knowledgeable of how to float serve. These 3 drills will help with your contact, your location of the ball, and how to become an aggressive server to get the other team out of system during a game.